Hello everyone and welcome to Hot Shots TV. I'm Scott Briard and you're watching another episode of This Is Darts. Monday morning, and I have some great news for you. From over in England, they're playing the Grand Slam of Darts. This is a great event to keep track of. And there's a little secret out there in the internet world, and I'm going to let you in on it. It's called Justin.tv. Make sure we promote it below. For many of you that don't know about Justin.tv, they turn around feeds from the television, from certain cable networks and such. At least this is how it's been explained to me, and I've been deeply embedded in the internet for about 15 years now. They take feeds that are coming through standard cable or satellite and feed them back through the internet. So here in North America, if we're not receiving the signal through satellite or cable of the events live, Justin.tv actually carries a lot of these, which is great for the soccer matches that you want to watch that's going on in Europe that you cannot watch here on any satellites or cable. Boxing, UFC, and a lot of, hate to say it, but a lot of pay-per-view events are found free on Justin.tv. So the Grand Slam of Darts this week are actually there. So if you head into Justin.tv, select live events, and if it's in the time frame when they're actually playing live in England, you can watch it live on the internet. Fantastic matches I've already been watching this week, and some huge upsets. Let's take a look at this. Anastasia, as we mentioned last week, from Russia, past world BDO women's champion, was annihilated by Phil Taylor 5-0, although she said the match was fantastic. Great learning experience. She went on next day to beat 5-4 Vincent van der Voort. I love saying Vincent van der Voort. She got him 5-4. How does that make a female dart player, you know, feel after beating one of the top world men's players? Anyway, she must have been extremely excited. The other female playing, Frances, I won't attempt her last name. I will probably destroy it. But she's already lost. I believe she lost to Barneveld, and she's lost to John Part in her section. But what a great way to get better. And as I tell a lot of the ladies that shop here, the only way to get better is to go and play in these mixed leagues or these men's leagues, as some of you ladies are. And then when you go back to playing the female provincials or zone playdowns, your game is at that higher of a level, because it's just taking it up a notch. So from the great players in Mississauga and Brampton like Donna Gillespie, let's go back 20 years, back to Carrie Caswell and Kim Richards. They were the top in the provincial women's standings because they played weekly in the Super Division men's league. Being Monday, I am no longer going to announce on Friday tournaments going on the weekend, because by the time we get editing, by the time we get it up to YouTube, most of the events are already over. So we're going to touch on these on Monday. That way you get a whole week to prepare. 2 key tournaments next week. There might have been more. I don't think I picked up everything in the back, but the Owen Hunt Memorial up in Quebec, $3,000 in prize money. And a big tournament down in Columbus, Ohio. My buddy Steve Isbister, diehard Columbus resident, diehard Buckeye fan down in Columbus. Stevie, you're not a dart player, but if you were, you'd definitely be playing in this. $15,000 American in prize money. Big dollars down Columbus, Ohio this weekend in the Buckeye Open, which is actually their 27th Buckeye Open. Great to see leagues or tournaments that have that sort of longevity. Anyway, into an email I read last night. Hey Scott, just viewed the latest episode of This Is Darts and wanted you to know that Heidi and I think you're doing a fantastic job. The Get a Grip info was particularly interesting to me, being something I've had problems with since I began playing darts. Due to a childhood mishap, I lost a small portion of the top inside tip of my middle finger on my left hand and have had trouble finding a stable grip. Currently I am throwing, goes on to say, currently I am throwing the Unicorn grippers and they seem to be just the ticket. But the grippers, $60, 90% tungsten darts. Key things to this. The rings are thick and they're actually deeply grooved, so it's a fantastic dart to hold on to. If you do not like the sharp darts of the Taylors, the Hero Series by Unicorn, the new Barnevelds, my darts, if you do not like thick grips, these are your answer. As well, as we mentioned, people that throw like Bristow, when your ring finger is, you know, sort of grazing the point down there, there's actually ridges right there, cut in and grippers online, hotshotscanada.com. Back to the Tridents. I've got many of these out already. Great responses coming back. What I'm amazed about the Tridents, if you hit their website, where is it? Trident180.com. There are a lot of pros listed on the website that are now using these, including the great Dennis Priestley, who seems to come to North America every year and win the Canadian PDC event, and many others. So pros are using these. Many players are using these. My first concern was that they were going to come loose and that they would slide off the point as you threw the dart. Not the case at all. These things are holding tight to the point. I'm impressed. And again, if you've got them, continue your emails to me. I do want to know more about them. Quickly, let's touch on Friday. I had some fun. My brain got rolling as it usually does as I'm doing these, and wham, I started talking about a Guinness Book of World Record. And the emails over the weekend came blasting through from people across the States and across Canada who actually want to take an attempt at breaking a world record. Now let's look at this. Darts, I mean, we're not even recognized as a sport in many countries, certainly not in Canada. Something did occur in England, so I believe it's a sport in England, of course, where it should be. But we haven't gotten it to that state yet here in Canada. So it's going to be a long time, and maybe not in my lifetime, that it becomes an Olympic sport. At my age, and many of you that are watching it, we're not about to go and qualify for the Olympics in some sport unless we've been playing it since we were 4 and 5. I can't think of anything from downhill skiing to hockey to basketball to any of these events can we just go and pick up at any time and dream or believe that we're going to become an Olympic champion. Curling, potentially. And I've just started curling. I'm certainly not good. I come from, or I'm now married to Kelly, who comes from a family of curlers. My in-laws are fantastic curlers. Kelly, as well, has a delivery like she's been playing the game for the last 10 years. I came out of the hack, if any of you know what the hack is. I'm not coughing here. It's actually a hack. I came out like a train wreck. I came out wobbling and off goes the rock, and somehow they gave me Rookie of the Year last year. I don't really know how, but they did. But I came out like a train wreck. But I believe with enough practice and with the correct foursome, it's potential to make the Olympics, to hit the play-downs. Don't get me wrong, some people have been doing this for years, and they're fantastic. But a game like curling, I believe a lead on an Olympic team could be created within 5 to 10 years. So if you're 30, you could potentially look at being on an Olympic team at 40 if you have the right threesome, you're in a country where you can qualify and such. So a game like curling, I believe late in your life you can actually make the decision to go become a great player and make the Olympics. But almost every other sport out there, there's no way that you're just going to turn into a triathlon if you start running at 40 and make the Olympics or certain things. Prove me if I'm wrong, send me an email, but breaking a Guinness Book of World Records is almost as great as winning an Olympic medal as far as I'm concerned, and that's what I got thinking about Friday. Imagine if you can be known, and it's great things to achieve things in life, university degrees, diplomas, successful businesses, corporate ladders, family obviously most importantly, a great marriage and wonderful children that are healthy and happy. But imagine, you know, as we make it through our lives, becoming a Guinness Book of World Record holder. I think it'd be a great thing. So this 1,000,001 thing I discussed on Friday I think could be really interesting. And already over the weekend I had a pile of people say, Scott, how do we do it? Scott, what's the record? Tell you the truth, I know the internet pretty well. I still can't find the record for 1,000,001. I found past records, but I cannot find a current one. I even ran off to Chapters Saturday night, grabbed the 2010 Guinness Book of World Records book. Can't even find it in there. There was only a couple of notes on the longest game of darts or something played, but there was actually no mention of the 1,000,001. So if you found it already, send me a link, send me where the information is. I already threw an email to the Guinness Book of World Records in London trying to see how we apply, because I do have a lot of players. My buddy Dennis in Montreal is already chomping at the bit, ready to go after this with a group of guys. So I do want to let you know more about how to become a Guinness Book of World Record holder. I won't be skiing down any hills at Mach speeds winning Olympic records, but I might even take a shot at this, and I know many of you might, so let's have some fun with it. Anyway, remember, Grand Slam, catch it on Justin.tv. If you've got the Tridents, I want more information. If you like a dart that's got some thick grip to it without being sharp, gripper might be your answer. It's definitely priced right at $60 for 90% tungsten. I'm out of breath. As always, everybody, thank you for watching. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.